A short pulley barge ride to a small secluded piece of land on Massawepie Lake in St. Lawrence County yields a beautiful piece of paradise known as Arcadia. For over 2 decades, a select group of St. Lawrence University students have been educated here. It's called the Adirondack Semester, and it's unlike any other program in the county.
The Adirondack Semester focuses on place-based education. They're very much immersed in nature, and they're learning about the area that they're in.
There's no electricity, no plumbing. Dorm rooms become outdoor yurts, and there's not a single cell phone in sight.
And so when they come into this space, we take their phone away for the entire semester, which is, I think, increasingly more and more really difficult for folks. I mean, we all are attached to our phones and our devices, and so I think when they get out here, they're like, wait a minute, what's going on? And then they get out here and like, wait, I'm not tied to this thing. I'm not tied to the connection with the outside world. I can really just be here and exist.
Which is the entire point. This kind of community-based, intentional living isn't about removing digital devices or leaving 12 college students in the wilderness to fend for themselves. It's about building a community where communication and one's true self can emerge.
But you know, we're up with the stars, kind of like sharing our lives with each other and going through challenges, becoming closer, like really building that in-person community that is going to be, I think, a lot stronger than, you know, most online connections can be.
It was a huge shock having to adapt to everything, but it was also something that I knew I would be able to adapt to very quickly. And it was very fun having to adjust to everything because it wasn't just me, we were doing it as a community.
With this small wooded paradise comes big responsibility, dirty work, if you will. This is where Clive comes in. Clive is, yes, the outhouse on the property, and everyone goes in elbow deep to keep him tidy.
I'm interested in getting to know Clive a little more, which is our outhouse, and having to really stir in everything we have been putting in there for the past week.
We have a composting toilet, and I think that's a pretty high-tech thing, even though it's very simple, right? So no plumbing. We carry all our water in from the lake to do dishes and to cook with. But we also have a small solar panel and some batteries, and so we do have some lights in the yurt, but all our heating is all wood that comes from this land here.
Classes still continue in a yurt, with professors coming in each week from campus to teach. So when students aren't splitting wood, carrying water, chasing trails, or canoeing, they're learning modern outdoor recreation ethics, ecology of the Adirondacks, creative expressions of nature, land use management, conflict resolution, and communication.
Humans aren't great at communicating, and it's a process and it takes time, and there's not many avenues within your regular education where you're learning those things intentionally, and that's really exciting to me that out here that is a part of our focus.
I felt very disconnected from myself before coming here, especially after the pandemic, being forced to stay inside, kind of becoming a lot more reliant on technology because, you know, I'm stuck in just one isolated cubicle, it felt like, for, you know, such a long time. I feel like coming back here, I'm really starting to come back into who I am and rediscover what makes me happy.
We kind of break down those initial surface level barriers that you would otherwise have, and you're really just here, and we recognize that we only have 3 months, which is so limited time to really make a genuine impact on one another, and then we're off back again on campus the next year.
I think the biggest change is just the transformation that comes with a space for reflection and being out in the natural world, which again, I don't like to make the duality of natural and unnatural, right? The campus experience is also valuable and different.
12 students, 11 weeks of classes, 2.5 weeks of an internship off-site somewhere in the Adirondacks. And then the students head back to Arcadia to present their total experience to their peers as the semester comes to an end. And it all happens on the edge of civilization.
Arcadia is the embodiment of that edge zone. And it's the embodiment of this paradise that's between wilderness and civilization. And we're really trying to embody and epitomize that feeling and that value in what we do here.
In St. Lawrence County for WPBS Weekly, I'm Jolene DeRosier.